finale. Get up, stand up. It's about 5:27 on this wonderful way back Wednesday. You're hanging out with me all the way to 9 o'clock. And you know, they say if you speak things into existence, it would actually manifest itself. And if you recall, I said I would love to have Minister Farrakhan on my show, whether it was anyone's show, and he is sitting before me. Good afternoon, Minister Farrakhan. How are you today?
Oh, good afternoon, my dear Miss Thang. And I want to thank Hott 107.5 and you for extending to me this wonderful invitation to speak to the beautiful young people of Bermuda.
Minister Farrakhan, thank you so much for coming to our lovely island. Thank you for saying that you'll come by and have an interview and talk to the people. Just sitting before your presence, I am totally in awe. So if my words get minced just a bit, don't hold me accountable, okay?
Thank you so much. But I'm in awe sitting before you, because all of us come from a mighty God who made all of us in his image and after his likeness. And the book said, male and female created he them. So I'm in awe sitting before a beautiful black woman who came from the sovereign Lord of this universe. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Minister Farrakhan. For those of you locked in via the internet or the radio, I have Minister Farrakhan in the studio. You can also listen to this interview at www.hott1075.com. Minister Farrakhan, you spoke at the National Stadium Monday evening. Over 1,000 people showed up. A lot of people actually listened to you via the radio. And you made a lot of profound statements. Just when you speak, people just stop to listen. But one of the statements that stood out to most, I can't say word for word, but basically you said to Bermudians that, you know, we have to pretty much take back our island and do what we need to do and stand up for what we believe in. Because if we don't, we're going to suffer the consequences. What advice would you tell people of Bermuda to come together with regards to unification? And to unite as one, because a lot of times people feel that we people of color, we do a lot of talking, but we don't act and stand up for what we should believe in.
Thank you for such a wonderful question. My teacher, the Honourable Elijah Muhammad, taught me that according to the scripture, it says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. You can't love yourself if you don't know yourself. And one of the criminal acts that came with slavery was to rob us of self-knowledge. So most of us wear the names of our former slave masters. And although we didn't come from England, English is our language. Our culture, our religion, our education all came to us by way of those who enslaved and colonized us. So now that we are free, there's something that we need to heal us from the condition that was imposed upon us by the tyranny of white supremacy, which produced in its wake black inferiority. So if I look in the mirror and I see my black face, am I ashamed of what God created and who made me so? If my lips are thick and my nose is broad and my hair is kinky, should I be ashamed of myself? So when you really know who you are, you learn to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you do good to yourself. You do good to your neighbor who looks like yourself. And then the pathway to unity that will give us the power to remove any impediment in the pathway of our progress. It's made real when you learn to love yourself and love your brother as you love yourself. And if we did that, there would be no trouble with our young people in Somerset, St. George's, 47th, 2nd Street, Parkside. Whatever the division is, it sinks into nothingness when we really know who we are and see the brother in St. George's, that's my flesh, my blood. The brother in Somerset, that's my flesh, that's my blood. The brother at 42nd Street, the brother at Parkside. We are flesh of each other's flesh, and we should not be maiming one another. We should be loving one another. Then we can take the responsibility on our shoulders of making Bermuda not a paradise for some, but a paradise for all.